And we are live. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? I got another one. Got one over here from uh tonight's conversation. You've seen these people on here, doing their thing. To me, it seems like a male minstrel show to entertain, because when they pan out to the audience, it's overweight black women. So they have to do whatever they have to do to entertain the audience. I don't see diversity in that audience. It's always the same women. It's always overweight black women, which is the average woman in America. So they're just bringing on the average woman. But that's just my say or what I think on it. It means absolutely nothing what I say. I keep forgetting to do this. I'm not even sure if the last video had any audio. I'm thinking about it. No one jumped in the comment section and said anything either. Who knows? Anyway, you guys, if it didn't, I'll just redo it. It's Saturday. You know what I'm saying? You mess it up the first time, you do it again. You know what I mean? But anyway, I don't tune into this show too much because of the reason why you're going to see here in a minute. And I really feel like most of the men have to do this Rico Suave type of way of telling the truth on there without saying it directly, because they'll just try to destroy them in the audience, and then the women on the stage will just start screaming over them like a bunch of loud ass hyenas. And you'll see in the video. You'll see in the video.
That amount of money. It's the fact that you're with.
Why is it that many men have a problem with women that have a higher salary bracket?
If the money you make changes your attitude towards men, it's not the fact that you make that amount of money. It's the fact that you're with that amount of money.
No, it's the fact. Men have been conditioned so long to believe that all you have to bring to a relationship is financial. So when they...
What do you mean? No, I'm not letting these people just babble. What do you mean men have been conditioned? What are you talking about? What men? Like the men dating you, men in general? Why do you care? How many men do you need? No, I'm sure your husband, agrees with everything that you're posting up. I'm sure he is, and I can guarantee you're not a single woman out here, edging close to 30 or 35 online, screaming and hollering like you're a bitter Betty. I'm sure that's not you. I am sure for a fact you're married. You gotta be. You're definitely a keeper. You gotta be.
When they don't have that, and the woman steps up and says, well, I have finances, what else do you have? And they don't have anything else. No communication. They can't talk, they can't cook, they can't clean. So really it's because they realize that they're the...
Okay. Dude, what about this is appealing to you? What about what she just did is appealing to you? Do you find attractive and ladylike? What about it? Like, why do they think they're going to offer us this? Look at her. And this is what we're accepting for dating material. What is it? Look, man, I get what society is trying to project onto us, but men are obviously saying that we're not going to do it. This is a bit much. This is a bit, and again, I mean, I know some of it's for entertainment because of their audience, but a lot of it, like there's a lot of passion in what's going on here. Like a lot of passion, And again, you guys make sure you hit that like button. I have a lot of content creators that watch and they're petty as hell and they don't hit the like button. So you guys go ahead and hit that like button. Y'all have no skin in the game. You're not putting yourselves in any secret competition with somebody that you're not even making content. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's keeping the channel up and going. I can't help but be entertaining and also informative. And these people want to come over here and steal content without hitting the like button on some weirdo shit. That being said, I'm gonna let her finish up, but I'm telling you, man, it's something about these females, man. It really grinds my gears. This is why I'm willing to go overseas and be celibate until I get there, because This level of passion, there's something wrong here.
In the situation. You're the in the situation. And that's the reason why you're acting like that. That's the reason why.
Now, her calling everybody. Hang on. What we got going on next here? I don't know what that is. There's another one right here, another chameleon, but we'll let her. Let me go back here. What about what just happened there seem like it's something that you would find attractive? And that's the majority of these modern women, right? They pedestalize themselves. They believe themselves to be something great because what they've done is they've taken on the role of the alpha male, which this guy puts himself in position by using money and clout, and he feeds off the energy he gets from people adoring him. And they decided to take on this archetype of male. And now they think it's okay to be all brash and, out there in their masculine energy, yelling and screaming. It makes them feel strong because you have to understand a modern woman is terrified. She believes her femininity makes her weak to men. So she uses all these different societal standards that have been created to make women's lives easier and to make it more leveled for men and women. She takes advantage of it. She exploits it. She knows that, based off societal norms, guys can't scream at her on a podcast. He'll look like he's toxic, but she can scream, yell, get out of her seat, spit when she talks, everything else, because society rewards women for being more masculine. Now, no one's making them be this way, but apparently when you give women the option, modern women, most of them, not all, they take advantage of it and they exploit it and they want to use it. Hey, I know that what's wrong and what's right. I know that women shouldn't be screaming at men. I know that women aren't supposed to be, all this kind of way, against men when it's not even called for. I don't even think that dude was yelling. Like, I don't think he yelled or anything. And she just went into this tirade and this tangent. Just, you can tell that she's got so much built up animosity towards men, malice, unhealed trauma. And that's when I keep telling y'all, when women, because see, to talk slower is someone that's disciplined, especially when you have a lot to say, like myself. I had to learn how to slow down myself. But remember, I've been on this healing process. I'm not acting like I wasn't healed. I told you guys I went through a divorce or whatever. But when you speed talk, you're trying to get all the thoughts out before you forget. When you're able to slow down and say what you have to say, that means that your mind is disciplined and you ain't got to worry about forgetting what you're going to say. And the reason why they forget what they're going to say, they're so upset that they're not thinking right. And that's the reason for the speed talking, the chest poked out, this abrasive stance that she has. It's not cute. It's not professional. It's just her reacting. And these reactive women wonder why we don't want them. You can't trust a reactive person that just uses their emotion and lives off of it, thrives off of it, makes money off of it. So she's being conditioned, like she's talking about, let's use her terminology. She's being conditioned to think that her out of line and completely out of her feminine frame behavior is socially acceptable. Therefore, and she gets to monetize it. Therefore, it's okay. And then she presents that shit in front of a man and she tries to hide it. But you can tell by how she sits there sometimes and she kind of like, rocks back and she wants to just get it off her chest. You're never going to get a man like that. You're never going to get a man. You seem like a whole ball of issues. And then y'all decide to get your money right and some clout. And just like an alpha male, you hide behind it to hide all of your imperfections, your insecurities, the character you haven't worked on, the traumas you haven't healed from. And you think that you're going to lead with your money and your clout. And we don't give a damn. We don't give a damn about neither one. We're not women. We don't need providers and protectors. Your clout don't mean shit. And that's why y'all are out here and it's projected by 2030 for you to be 45% without kids and single. You can see it happening already. Your egos are so crazy. And you think and you project outwardly that you deserve something. You're entitled. and you're not humble in any kind of way, and you have men that want you, but you stay single, holding out to try to get one of these leader type of guys that you can make all the rest of the girls jealous of. But we don't fuck with y'all. We don't fuck with you. So you got to sit back and watch us from a distance and study, and knowing that you never will qualify, and get more and more and more and more frustrated. And you get online and you just pop off like an emotional fool. No, we don't want that. We don't want it. I'm with you, bro. How dare you give us this stuff and then be like, oh, this is the woman that you're going to deal with. And then they gaslight our ancestors. Well, your grandma couldn't because, man, stop it, man. You're going to speak for women that aren't here to speak for themselves. You're going to get online and say that they had to do it and they had to have somebody. Stop it. Because when push comes to shove and you'll need men again, whether World War III pops off or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The economy gets worse. You're going to wish you had a strong man around, and you're starting to do it now. You know what I'm saying? When you're having to struggle and work as hard as you can just to maintain these lavish lifestyles that y'all have as single people, with the economy kind of set up for a two people household, 2 adult person household. You know, you're going to fall on your face and you're going to fall backwards, you know, doing a little trusting, you know, thing. You fall backward. We're not going to catch you. You're going to hit the floor just like those commercials be, where they be like, don't never trust nobody. We don't trust you no more. Okay, this stuff, why would we stay in the States and deal with the STDs that's going around and the indoctrination, and then deal with this on top of that, where y'all are trying to redefine what dating is, what the roles are, what men and women are supposed to do in the positions they have within the relationships that they hold? We're not doing this. We know it's not right. We know it's being forced upon us. And just because y'all are bullying us, the majority of women and all of social media, all of media, all of government are trying to tell us, oh, no. You're the wrong kind of man. The man that you are, which is the way that men have been for centuries, is wrong. And you're supposed to be this other kind of man. And these women are supposed to be the kind of men that you are supposed to be. And you're supposed to be softer like women used to be. Then they turn around and get online and be like, men are acting like females. And it's so much. Well, what do they do out here? Ain't it all about confusion? Right? And just because these idiots don't realize that they're useful idiots and they're being used by the machine, don't mean that we can't see it from a third person perspective. I got a video on this, man. It's 2 cats chasing a red light, and one cat starts looking around at the red light. You know, you have the little red light laser, and the person's like running the red light laser on the floor, and the cats are trying to catch it. And then one of them slows down and he's looking at the laser, and he starts looking around, and he looks up at the human and sees the human moving it around and gives him this look. That's how you are whenever you realize what's going on in the Matrix. You're like, I know you I know you motherfuckers ain't out here trying to do this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You can see the mental manipulation. You can see how they take information and they turn it into propaganda. You can see that, you know, that there's a agenda being pushed, and that these people out here are so mad, and they're mad because of the conditions that we've been put in by the powers that be. But they no longer see that. They only see you as the bad guy, because they're being told you are the bad guy while the bad guy's getting away. You know what I'm saying? And you can see all this and they can't see it. And you got to deal with this. You got to deal with this. Right? And this is where we're at, man. You don't know what's real. You don't even know if these women are really like this in real life. They could be doing this for the clout. Right? Everything's so fake. Men are just done. And we're just done, man. It's just too much. It's just too much, man. Hey, what's going on, Jane? What's going on? Appreciate y'all, man. I just had to get on here, man, and just show another one of these videos. I'm not sure if the last video had audio. I've been fooling around with stuff, and I might have forgot to turn the audio on, so forgive me for that. What I'll do is I'll remake the video if it doesn't have audio, so don't even worry about it. I make videos all day long. You guys, I'm about to have the Patreon come back up. I want to talk more about some of these content creators and without them being able to just see what I'm saying and really go in depth on this stuff and how these women and some of these males too are muddying the waters and they're causing more problems and they're doing good. And we have to break down, like, are they doing this for clout or they really feel this way? Either way it goes, it's a hot mess. And this whole allowing women to get online and use your platform or have a platform with them to allow them to just babble off, run off, pop off, and never get checked, that shit is over. That shit is over. It's going to be where both sides can go off or no sides can go off. But we're done with this stupid ass shit. These women are doing it so much, they're able to go into a rant tirade that they've memorized. They ain't even got to come up with nothing new. They can just go off and memorize shit. You know, and it's old. I'm tired of it. You can see in their face how hurt they are. Excuse me. You can see in their face how hurt they are. Right? Like, and it's just bitter. They're just bitter females, man. I have content creators that watch me, that wish me sick and everything. They have no idea why I be coughing. They have no idea. They make assumptions that I'm sick. Well, I guess I'm sick year round, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like these people, man, they want to wish addictions on you. They want to wish you're sick. Not people, these women. I see these content creators. I watch a lot of content, y'all, from different niches, like, and all the way across the board. Prophetic word, spiritual, tarot, dating coaching, life coaching. It's women throwing shade. They're throwing shade more than they are putting out any good information that's going to help somebody heal. Most of the message is them throwing shade at somebody that we don't even know who the person is or throwing shade at. You can just tell the message is kind of shady because they'll be speaking more about, you know, you're like this. You're not like these other people that are, or this other person. Who are this other person? Why are you talking more about them than about, you know what I'm saying, the message that God gave you to give to me? Oh, you're shading someone or you're using your platform to shade somebody you don't like. And a lot of women do this shit. Some of these bitch ass males do it too, right? These real feminized males, they use their bigger platforms to try to bully with their bitch asses. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Take your girl, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just wait till I get where I need to be at. But I'm just calling out what I see. And there's a shift going on, and it's not going to be able to, the structure you have going on is not going to be able to maintain itself. It's over. It's over. And the reason why is because men are standing on business. And now all men, young men, middle-aged men, older men, we're all walking away. So you don't have no straw man anymore. You don't have this reference to be like, oh no, well, if you don't want me, blah, blah, blah does. Who? Not according to the stats, dummy. Who? Not rich men, not poor men, not pookies, not young men, not middle-aged men, not old men. Who? Now we get to see they're just talking. Oh, you're just saying shit. You're just saying stuff. Oh, you're making up scenarios. Oh, you're not going off of any logic or facts or stuff. You're making stuff up. You're making stuff up. And you're distorting reality and giving these weird one-sided descriptions of things. Just like, you know, how they'll say, for example, women have alopecia and men have male pattern baldness. Alopecia is alopecia is pattern baldness, nigga. It's the same shit. But they play with words. They play with words. You see, like I said, once the veil is lifted, you can see everything. Y'all be like, oh, he's mean. He's weird. He's strange. I just got to the point where I don't give a fuck what you people think about me, man. You fake ass motherfucker. I don't give a fuck, man. Your opinions mean shit to me, man. I just don't. I'm not talking about my soul tribe here, you know, but when you just like, man, most of the reason why people are messed up, they're worried about what everybody else thinks. You know what, man? As short as life is, that's what y'all want to spend your time doing. They're going along to get along so you won't be ostracized. And look, man, they're going to talk about you no matter what. I'd rather have people talk about me to my face and ostracize me to my face than talk about me behind my back and smile in my face. If you ain't realized this yet, most people don't like you. You know, they want something from you, right? What I've done is put a boundary out to let it be known I'm not a fool. I'm not a chump. I'm not somebody to go along to get along. You come towards me directly, no matter how big your platform is, how much money you have, humbly, we can talk business. You try to some kind of way project onto me what you believe that I should believe that you are, we're gonna have some problems. I'm gonna bring you to reality and show you that you ain't shit in my reality. That's what these women out here that, you know, build their social media. But look, man, if we know the system is set up for women to succeed, why wouldn't social media be set up for you to succeed? Why wouldn't your platforms be able to build quicker than men if society right now is set up for you to succeed? And with that being said, why should I respect anything that you're posting when I know that the algorithm is in your favor? You could post up anything, misspelled words, all kind of emojis, and still go viral. I don't care. I don't care. So that means your social media built clout and money means nothing because, you know, there's some kind of agenda being pushed. Men are getting suppressed and women are just getting pushed to the forefront, no matter how goofy, stupid, lame, or dumb their content is, or regurgitated. I see everything around me. That's again why I put my boundary out there. I know who I am. I know you busters come over here and get the information you need to get. Don't ever try to present yourself as some type of resource for me or you're doing me a favor. Don't ever do that in your life. You come over here, you speak to me like I'm a grown ass fucking man, a 2-time combat war veteran, used to work for the White House, and self-made engineer without a degree, and a single father, proudly raising his son. Don't you ever come over here acting like you're doing me a favor. What I tell you about YouTube and social media is children's playthings. It's a child's play toy. Kid can get on here and get 1 million subs in a couple months. I'm not impressed. What's up with your character? You know, what kind of person are you? Can you articulate yourself without being so emotional and showing everybody that you have a bunch of unhealed wounds and you're just running around, spending money, hanging out with people and not healing? It's not a good look. It's not a good look, man. I'm trying to tell you. Caught up on these comments and let this next babbler get to babbling.
Your question and you answer that honestly. Transparency is your forthcoming. So as we date and we get to know each other and you're transparent with me, part of the transparency is that you and I both are either texting in front of each other, phone calls are coming through. We are now orbiting together. That's what healthy relationships do. People who don't have anything to hide, who are transparent, okay?
I think the good doctor may be right in that transparency is the way to go. And so,
hey, so you watched one of my videos and you didn't like it, and then you decided to watch it again. What are you doing flirting with me in my comment section? All right, don't worry about it, man. Do you feel better? Do you feel tough? You're typing on your phone during my live stream to a grown man. People.
if the fella's gonna be transparent,
let her know.
I think you ought to be transparent about the fact that you went through my phone and didn't find it.
That's what it is.
I think you ought to be transparent about them last few niggas that still be calling you. You may not entertain them, but they still be calling your phone. I need you to be transparent about why you don't trust them. I need you to be transparent about the fact that we started off in a deficit when it came to trust, and I didn't do to you. That I got here and had to prove myself immediately. So yes, Doc, I agree. You need to be a little more transparent.
Thank you.
But ladies, y'all looking real opaque like a okay, if you know what I'm saying. Ain't seen through one of y'all yet.
There's honesty and there's transparency.
And I'll tell you, man, it's like a minstrel show. It's like, I don't get the point, man. Well, it just seems like they're bringing women on to make women feel better, and then having men on there to just, they got to be Rique Suave, man, and you know, they can't even say things directly like they want to, ever. That's what we got.
Baby, my man gets what he wants when he wants it for a lot of reasons. I'll give you a few. You see, I don't have to guess when it comes to my man. I'm not confused about where I stand in his life.
Don't block
I know
this
that in
dude.
this relationship, after God, I come first.
Don't block this dude. Let him run his mouth. Let him run. You already lost. You're letting my words trigger you. You're trying to sound tough in the comment section, like a female. You've already lost. I'm going to post your comment. You know, it don't really mean nothing to me. It's just words from some idiot trying to sound tough in my comment section. You're over here staring at another man, flirting with him in his comment section. When I done told you, and anybody can see I love women, and only women, biological. Why are you over here flirting with me? Why are you trying to sound tough? Hey, look, you're not going to beat me with words, homie. That's why your dumb ass is in my comment section. I'm not in yours. Okay? Make yourself feel better. Keep talking. Make yourself feel better. Because that's what men do, right?
And vice versa. I can be a feminine woman because he's a masculine man. And while we both have masculine and feminine energy, we don't judge each other for one or the other coming out more than the other. See, he has to know that he can share his heart.
Yeah, shuck and jive show.
What? He has to know that I'm not going to judge him for.
That's what it is, James. You got to shuck and jive with these women on it. They got to be in there now. Look, baby, now. How do I word this? The feminine energy is always right, but sometimes, you know, the divine masculine has to assert himself in his masculine energy, and it might come across, oh, this shit, what? No, man, just tell her like it is, straight up, like that one dude did, and he did get destroyed for it, but he just had his shade, slid him down, said what he had to say, and let the woman just do whatever she do. You know, that shuck and jive stuff, man, come on.
If at times I come off a little harder than he wants me to be, he has to know that I'm coming from a place of love, and he's not going to judge me. You see, I can tell this man how I feel about anything. And the fact that he understands that he doesn't have to solve my problems, just be there to listen, do whatever it is he can do about whatever it is, that makes me feel all right, baby. I feel comfortable with him. I feel safe with him. And he's always doing a check-in. Every 3 months, we have a check-in with each other.
Oh, then I apologize, brother. If that's what you meant. But that still needed to be said to other trolls. So, you know, God wouldn't have put it on me to say if it wasn't true. But I apologize if you meant it that kind of way. Ain't got no problem with that.
Finding out what we could do to make the life of the other person just a little bit easier. See, I'm not just giving him all this goodness with nothing in return. This is a partnership. He does his best to match my energy or top my energy. So when I'm talking about my man can get whatever he wants from me, whenever he wants it, that's the type of man I'm talking about. My man submits to the Most High.
I know y'all seen me playing a lot of this woman's videos. I know she's married, man. But I just like her. I like her attitude, man. I like her. She had one video where she was talking about, I'm going to give my man top wherever. I'm like, oh, God bless America, man. There's a few of them still out there. But as you can see, you know, we're both above 40. So they just don't make them like this anymore. Let's just be real. Let's just be real.
And I fall in line and submit to him. And he always considers me. Baby, my man gets what he wants when he wants it for a lot of reasons. I'll give you a few. You see,
yeah, my bad, bro. That's complete misunderstanding on my end.
I'm not confused about where I stand.
Jumped the gun, my bad, bro.
I know that in this relationship, after God, I come first, and vice versa. I can be a feminine woman because he's a masculine man. And while we both have masculine and feminine energy, we don't judge each other for one or the other coming out more than the other. See, he has to know that he can share.
Look, and I want to say this real quick. I'm gonna let her cook. Okay. Women are gaslighting. Women are taking advantage of this masculine, feminine energy thing. So we have to structure it differently and use different words because they'll conflate masculine and feminine energy with feminine and a man, masculine man. So we all have yin and yang energy, man. Push and pull, positive and negative. But we have to find a different way to articulate it as men and not use terminology that started in the spiritual community with women, because that's where this started from. Okay. I was in the spiritual community. I know where these words came from. They're just hijacking words from the spiritual community. And now it's like the spiritual chick 2.0. They're getting into the dating, you know, sphere. And they're just regurgitating this stuff. And it sounds new to y'all because you haven't, you know, been in the spiritual community. This is old stuff. This stuff they've been talking about for years, you know? So, and a lot of that spiritual community is masked misogyny. Oh, sorry, misandry. right? They're just always talking man hate. They're using the masculine energy really describing men, and they just continuously just have something negative to say about men. It's always. That's what I'm saying. We have to steer clear from that. Don't let women start having men in panels having us discussing masculine and feminine energy within us both. You've already lost by that time. You have different levels of masculine energy. Let me cook. You're masculine. You have different levels of masculine energy. If you ever listen to these goofball goobers talk about feminine energy and masculine energy, everything good in life is feminine energy. Your creativity, you being nice, you being happy, you being free. That's the feminine energy. What's masculine? Dominating, taking. They've taken these terms and they bastardized them, and now they're using them in this weird way, and no one's catching on. No, we're not doing that no more. Men are going to talk about men have different levels of masculine energy. We don't have no feminine energy in us, man. We don't have no feminine energy. If you listen to these fools talk, they will make everything good about you as a man into a feminine energy in you. That's them hijacking you as a man, bro. They're hijacking your biology. They're hijacking your soul. Oh, you got feminine in you. Shut the fuck up. I ain't got none of that shit in me, man. No, what I have is masculine energy and different levels of which. That's what I have. And you have feminine energy and different levels of which. So when you turn that feminine energy all the way down, you just resorting to, your primal self, which might look masculine, but it's just you being primal. You being an animal with your dirty ass. You know what I'm saying? But that's not masculine energy. Stop doing that shit. Stop doing that shit. And stop entertaining this dumbass shit, fellas. We got to have our own way of speaking, and we don't sit here and take on terminologies that women are pushing to the forefront and starting. Because there's no base in it. They can just keep moving the goalposts. It's always, what's your interpretation of masculine energy? You got to ask each individual woman that's talking this way, what's your interpretation of masculine energy and what's your interpretation of feminine energy? And hold her to that standard as the conversation goes on, because she's going to move the goalpost and change it. And you can't win like that. That's why they love this masculine energy, feminine energy. It's in you, spiritual stuff, because it's not tangible. You can't touch it, taste it, feel it, nothing. They can just make it up and just go off the top of their head, look you straight in the eye and be lying. No, man. No, y'all be talking stupid as hell, and men are we're not entertaining stupid ass shit. This masculine and feminine energy stuff gotta go. It's gotta go, man. It's gotta go. Honestly, that seemed like talk. That seemed like transformer talk, rainbow community talk. That's what it sounded like to me. We all have masculine and feminine energy in us. You're just a vessel. We're grown men. We don't talk like that. No, I'm a man, nigga. Ain't no feminine energy in me. What are you talking about? I can have different levels of. I can tone it down. I can tone it down. Or I can turn it up. What you want to do? There ain't no femininity about that. Stop doing that. Stop hijacking. What they do is they hijack what men do and then say, oh, that's just his feminine energy, him that allowed him to create that. And da-da-da. Shut your bitch ass up. Man, you do whatever you got to do to take from a man, even if it's just trying to psychologically trick him into thinking that he has feminine energy and that feminine side of him is what's causing for him to create things. Shut your goofy ass up. Okay, you got a logical side and a creative side. You do not have to identify that creative side as feminine energy. You do not have to identify the logical side as Don't do that. Because women don't know how to stay in based in logic. They want to make them, it's got to be about themselves. They hear female? No, feminine energy. Like feminine energy for female? No. Feminine, they can't stop it. This modern woman has a brag on herself all the time. I'm telling you right now, you meet a woman that got to brag on her degrees, her fitness, whatever certification she's got in, whatever IT thing she's in. This is a bad woman. That woman is a leftover woman. They're lost. They're lost. And when you hear them talking about, well, we all have masculine and feminine, stay away from that female. Stay away from her. She wants to have an excuse for being an unruly, wild woman. Oh, I'm just in my masculine energy. What the fuck does that mean? You have no discipline as a woman. So now whatever undisciplined crap you do, you label it as masculine energy, as if a man's energy can possess you. And stop talking like this. It's stupid as hell. I hear these tarot readers talking this way all the time. I'm like, well, that's their dumbass shit that they do. Okay, that's it. But don't be letting it merge over into this. The dating community supposed to be more based off logic. Y'all making it all spiritual. You can't do that shit. That's why y'all think you can manifest a man. Well, if I work hard enough and I go to the gym and take plenty of selfies of myself in the gym and I get my job, no, you're not gonna get a man. No, that's not going to guarantee you a man. That's going to guarantee you mental stability, going to make you feel good, but it's not going to guarantee it's going to make a man feel good about you. I'm cooking over here. I'm just tired of it. Y'all are so fucking lost. You have women telling you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right, and those women are lost as fuck too. If there's no man in their life, meaning there's a husband in the background, they are lost. They are lost, and you're listening to them. Y'all both going after the same thing. You know how diabolical women can be, females. So you're going to listen to a woman talking to you about how these men are this and that, and you should, and she could be leading you astray so she can get the men. You can't listen to a woman. You got to go off of what she does. Look, it's messy work. Keep doing what you're doing. You're seeing the results of it, but you keep doing the same thing. What do they call that? Yeah, insanity. Look, I ain't even going to hold y'all. I didn't mean to cook y'all like that, but you needed it. You needed
me no matter what. He has to know that I'm not going to judge him for it. If at times I come off a little harder than he wants me to be, he has to know that I'm coming from a place of love, and he's not going to judge me. You see, I can tell this man how I feel about it.
Yeah, bro, I caught on to that. And you got to like scroll back or whatever. I said I was wrong. But when you're over here dropping these videos and, you know, you're getting trolled on every platform, you might be on guard. But him being a man, he said, hey, look, I ain't even mean it like that. And me being a man said, hey, look, I was wrong. Jump the gun on it. And we move on. We ain't women. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Move on.
Anything. And the fact that he understands that he doesn't have to solve my problems, just be there to listen, do whatever it is he can do about whatever it is.
Exactly.
That makes me feel all right, baby. I feel comfortable with him. I feel safe with him. And he's always doing a check-in. Every 3 months, we have a check-in with each other.
Exactly what they do, bro. They intentionally, because they want to, and I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. Somebody had to have planted this information to them. The same way all their content just trickles to the top of the algorithms, right? They're definitely trying to conflate and make synonymous masculinity and aggressive, ignorant, conquering dominance. And therefore your masculinity is obviously synonymous with men. Most women are going to feel this way. But the crazy part is these same women are trying to date those guys that they label as such. So they're contradicting themselves, and it looks messy and stupid, because what they should be doing is marrying and dating those beta simps that are in their DMs. They're telling them, oh yeah, you ate him up, queen. Why are they not dating those submissive type of men? Why are they trying to find a man that they consider dominant and aggressive and all these ways wrong to what? To conquer him? To break him? Why are they always online complaining about the small percentage of men that are telling women to approach us? I've done the math. There's a small percentage of men talking about it online and a smaller percentage of men in real life. But these women are going after specifically men that are talking about women should approach us. You have all kind of men in your DMs. Why are you concerned with us? Why do you need to bash us into the ground? Because you're only attracted to us. You're attracted to the men you can't have. Hence the reason why you're online acting as crazy as you are. But you can't do this where you're talking bad about the men you like, making it seem like all of them are aggressive and toxic, and then be chasing them in the background at the same time. It's not getting you nowhere. It's dumb. It really is. So you got to pick and choose. What do you want? Do you want the man of your dreams, or do you want to satisfy the sisterhood? Go along to get along. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
finding out what we could do to make the life of the other person just a little bit easier. You see, I'm not just giving him all this goodness with nothing in return. This is a partnership. He does his best to match my energy.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, James, I was in the spiritual community, so I was using that terminology for just a very short period of time. I was only in that community for a very short period of time. And so I seen that there was a bunch of witches and warlocks, and they enjoyed doing spell work openly. It scared the crap out of me. I'm a man of God, and I ran, but I'm not gonna sit. But I briefly, but when I was using it, I started looking around, and the women were like eating it up and using it as a way to basically make male achievements into women achievements. Oh, that's his female energy in him. That's why he was able to do. Shut your motherfucking ass up. If that's the case, then how come that all that feminine energy in the actual woman is not able to do the same thing that those men are able to do? It's a way for them to hijack your masculinity. Whatever you are creative at, I hear women all the time. I'm used as a muse by a lot of women, and they don't know that I know it. So I watch their content, and they're always hijacking what they hear me say. They're hijacking what I'm doing as far as rebuilding myself from scratch and getting out the mud and not taking nothing from nobody. They're regurgitating this to women. No man wants a woman like that. So I'm listening to them thinking that they're taking what I'm doing and making money from it, but they're setting women up for failure, which is going to cause karma on them. You're going to get karma for that. You're talking to women and telling them how to move like a man that you're watching and observing. No woman has it in her to do that. Just like no man has it in him to rear children one after another while they're hollering babies. We don't have it in us like that. So if a man was online like, yeah, you be raising them babies, you know what I'm saying, one after another, right when your wife pops them out, you just able to rear them up. You'd be like, wait a minute, this shit, men don't do that. But that's what these women be doing on these channels. They be talking from whatever man, because women obsess over men, whatever man that they're watching and studying. You have women do the opposite too. You have women study you. That Indian woman that's a therapist does this a lot. She studies men, and then she gets online and says the opposite. A real man is the kind of man that doesn't have to do this and do it. She basically goes against everything that men do, right? It's just all in a way to trigger you, man. And also to paint you into a light of, y'all are just dumb, egotistical cavemen, and you need us to keep you civilized. Really is. It's what I talk about when I say they're creating space for themselves that we didn't ask for them to make. They're trying to create space like as if they're, this intuitive goddess that just can read men. But these same women don't have a man. If they do, they're not married to him. They're still dating him. If they are married, they're probably plotting on a divorce, and he's definitely not happy. So, and it's very few of them married. So it's a lot of unmarried women that are just dating guys online, giving bad information out to other women, and they're able to bash men, right? And then disguise it behind this veil of masculine energy and feminine energy. If you look at it from that light, whenever you watch any woman talking this way, you'll be like, oh, that makes sense. That's why when she keeps saying masculine, it's something rude that you did, or something stupid, or ignorant, or impulsive, or whatever. But everything that's calculated, thought through, creative, that's woman or feminine energy. But women possess the most feminine energy, but you never see women doing this in real life. So what the hell are you talking about? What the hell? You're hijacking what men do, and you're trying to label it, and that's what it's about. You be careful with words nowadays, man. They're labeled, they're hijacking what men do, and then trying to break down what men do by categories. Oh, well, he did that because he has drive and he's creative, but that creative side of him is his feminine energy. Who said that? Who told you that? Who told you that's the way that it is? And they talk in such absolutes. It's the most dumb shit I have ever seen. That's why I gotta take time from this shit and detox. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And it really, I feel like I'm getting dumber when I watch it. So I have to like step away, do some smart things, go out in nature, because it's watching women. That's why I keep saying what I say. Women learn from men. There's always some woman that's teaching women online, but she learned that game from an uncle, a pimp, some dude that mistreated her. She always learns the game from a dude, and they're continuously studying dudes. Hence the reason why they always got talking points, because they're watching more dudes, studying them, confirmation, and then coming up with their perspective. And then women are so hurt and traumatized, they don't want to heal. They just attach themselves to these ideologies without thinking, well, how is this going to get me what I want? How am I going to get a man that I want by talking this way and acting this way? They're not thinking like far enough ahead. They're thinking like right now, how they feel, and then running with it. And then when they end up not having a man and aging out, then it's hitting them. It's like, oh shit, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you didn't, nigga. You didn't. And that's why you're at where you're at. But men, we see this. That's why we're not even arguing with y'all like that online. A lot of these panel guys just let y'all just cook. Hey, let them cook. Because they plan on getting a passport. They plan on not dating you. There's no need to argue with you. Some of these niggas know that there's these these robots are coming out, and they're waiting on the robots. You think that you're so important because of that box, right? But now you done got it to where we don't even care about the box like that. Now you can sit here and call us fruity or whatever, you know what I'm saying, which is the craziest thing. You align yourself with that community when you need to get things done, but then you insinuate and use it as an insult to straight men, use that community as an insult to straight men to shame them. You got the weirdest, y'all do the weirdest shit, man. Y'all do the weirdest shit. And we're just done with it, man. We're just done with it.
Or top my energy. So when I'm talking about my man can get whatever he wants from me, whenever he wants it, that's the type of man I'm talking about. My man submits to the Most High, and I fall in line and submit to him.
There you go.
He always considers me. Baby, my man gets what he wants.
What's going on, fam?
For a lot of reasons.
It's a woman of God. You can always tell a woman of God and a married woman that's a good man. Their energy's different, man. Like her face is different. Her energy.
See, I don't have to guess.
She has more sensuality in her face and her
about
eyes.
Where I stand in his life.
This is a woman
I know
that's
that in this
taken
relationship, after God, I come.
I'm not trying to covet no other man's wife. I'm just saying, like, there's a woman that's taken care of by a man. You know, her energy is being replenished. I don't even know how old she is, because, you know, she's so well taken care of and she ain't stressing. And when a woman is in her proper feminine energy, man, she really is an asset to a man. She will speak life into you. But you got to be a complete man before you meet any woman, because you don't know whether she's going to be the kind of woman to speak life into you or the kind of woman to speak death into you. You know, because again, a man's power is in his hands and a woman's power is in her tongue. They know that shit. That's why they get online and spit out the craziest stuff to us, man. If we were to do the same thing, their personalities, you think they're depressed now? If we were to go at them the same way that they come at us, same vitriol, I'm telling you, man, without them having a crowd of people to clap up and get us to be quiet or to drown out what we're saying, if they sat down and they couldn't talk over you and you were to give them the same vitriol they give you, they would break down. Every one of them would break down crying right there during the interview of the podcast. Everyone. If they can't talk over you, the crowd don't start clapping over you or whatever, they'll break down every time. Every time.
I want to know how much GMO is in skinny dudes, because for the life of me, I can't understand how the short and skinny and the tall and skinny, how the hell y'all got so much dick? How is it long and girthy? Like, how is you the same height as Lord Farquaad, but you got a nose steed dick? And like having one on top of you, a skinny dude, and you trying to wrap your legs around him, bitch, you trying to wrap your legs around a broomstick. That motherfucking pelvic bone right up in between your thigh, that shit hurts. It's like you trying to hold a porcelain plate in between your legs. That shit is very fucking uncomfortable. And then y'all be having the audacity trying to work and move your motherfucking hips. Bishop, you don't get the fuck up off of me. You are hurting me. It should be no reason why the inside of my legs.
And yet they still go to these skinny guys all the time. They like the tripod. So I'm telling you, man, you don't never know what these women want, dude. This woman over here in her hoochie mama shorts, you know what I'm saying? With her coochie all out in the sea. I done told y'all about them having the coochie out. You know what that is? Witchcraft.
Because you a good nigga. That's why I like big dogs. I 6'2", 220 pounds. I want to know how much GMO.
Yeah, she likes them, but she's doing a whole lot of talking about the skinny or short dudes. Whatever.
I know you heard me on the radio.
If you're a vegan,
it's crazy. I think we're out, y'all.
Men will destroy a beautiful woman because they will gas their head up, and the woman thinks she's so much finer than everybody else, and she can have all these men, and they give her the attention. Attention is a drug. So all these girls that get the attention, they think that they can have a man, but it doesn't mean that you can have him. It means you can have him for that moment, and he's serious about that moment. He's not sincere about the totality of it. So then they'll say, later when he actually settles down with a different type of girl, the girl feels like, oh, I can have her man. You could probably have him for a night, but that doesn't mean that you can have him. You can do this when you're in your 20s, but can you imagine being ran through by 10 guys and then getting to be 35 and realizing that, okay, now what? Because I feel like women have to understand, like, you can, if you want to get ahead, sis, do your thing, but you got to know that you can't beat a man at a man's game. You really have to understand as a woman, and I feel like women have driven their value down. Men will destroy a beautiful woman because they will.
Now, I agree with what she said, but we don't destroy anybody. Again, this ain't the caveman days. We don't clock you over the head and drag you back to our cave. You make bad decisions. You pick the wrong men for whatever reason. For whatever reason, physical, he got game, money, whatever. You are held accountable to that. Just because society don't hold you accountable, men will. You're not going to sit here and say that men will ruin. No, men don't do nothing. No one's making you open your legs or entertain dating. And if you don't have the sense enough to vet a man long enough before you give him anything to figure out who he is, that's your damn fault. You're a damn fool. And I feel foolish listening to this kind of foolish ass shit. No, man, we're not doing this. Take accountability for your own actions and stop sleeping with Pookie and Ray Ray, Chad, and Tyrone's. You know, vet men, spend time getting to know them. So that way, you know, you pretty much know who you open your legs to. You're not out here just, I thought, and he said, and what? So when you go buy a car, the car salesman is supposed to try to give you the best car on the lot with the best deal? No, dummy. That's not how it works. So why, when it comes to like giving your body away and dating, you don't apply the same logic? I don't think that y'all don't apply that logic when you buy cars. That's why you have them high ass interest rates and be paying $700 on a used Altima. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, what am I talking about? Y'all don't be paying attention to that kind of stuff.
Roydale and Albert Steen's grandmother. And
so this is Megan Thee Stallion. Right now, Megan is undoubtedly one of the big.
I don't give a damn.
About to go for dinner.
We're gonna do it anyway.
About to go for dinner.
Now fit on point.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we're gonna leave it on that. Look, you guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you hit the like button. And, you know what I'm saying? Drop a comment, man. Do you agree, disagree? You know, we talked and covered a lot of stuff on this one tonight. And I'm about to get up out of here, go hang out with my son for a while. But I did not plan on going this long. But, you know, whenever it happens, it happens. And I'm going to ride along with it. They'll never, yeah, you're right. They're hypersexual. We think that we are, but you know, you can only bust a couple nuts in a row, man. If you try to go longer than that, you ain't gonna feel it. You ain't gonna feel it. Trust me, I know. Now these women, they can just go back to back to back to back to back, take a little bit of a rest break, and they're not doing nothing. You know, there's a hole taking dick. You know, so it has to be a real disciplined woman to not give into the urges of wanting to fill that hole all the time. And most of them don't have no discipline. It just is what it is. Is what it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you guys, again, drop comments, hit that like button, stop being stingy on it or forgetting about it. It's super important. It's free. And I don't know who's hitting it. Okay. Share the live stream. And you know what I'm saying? Until the next video. Didn't even know that went out. Oh, I forgot to plug my phone in. That's why. Okay. About time for me to go. Love and light, y'all. I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.